Emily and Alex's journey began in an unexpected place, his college workplace, where he supplemented his income by repairing computers. One fateful day, Emily walked into his repair shop, visibly distressed. Tears streamed down her face as she explained that her laptop had crashed just when she was about to finalize an important paper for her course. Panic gripped her. She feared she would miss her deadline and, consequently, fail the class. Seeing her in such turmoil, Alex felt a surge of compassion. Without a second thought, he offered her his own laptop to use temporarily, understanding the gravity of her situation. Grateful for his kindness and support, Emily agreed to go out on a date with him, which marked the beginning of their relationship. As the years rolled by, 7 to be exact, the couple transitioned from the excitement of new love to the complexities of married life. They shared expenses, built a home together, and enjoyed a range of experiences. However, as time progressed, subtle changes began to affect their relationship. Emily, once warm and affectionate, started to become increasingly irritable. She began to fixate on Alex's flaws, which created a palpable tension between them. Intimacy, once a cherished part of their bond, began to feel more like a chore than a genuine connection. This shift weighed heavily on both of them, yet they convinced themselves it was merely a rough patch that every couple experiences, hoping things would eventually improve. One evening, after a night out with friends, Emily returned home with a bold new idea to revitalize their intimate life. She proposed the idea of inviting a third person into their bedroom. Alex was taken aback, his shock quickly morphing into anger. To him, the suggestion felt like a betrayal. The thought of introducing a third party was tantamount to infidelity, no matter the circumstances. He struggled to understand how the woman he loved could even consider such an arrangement. In his fury, he chose to ignore Emily for the entire following day. That night, she apologized, unaware of the depth of her suggestion's impact on him. Alex, forcing himself to remain calm, replied, "I'm sorry too," even though he felt he had no reason to apologize. Days turned into weeks, and Alex found himself unable to shake the troubling thought of Emily's suggestion. Could she truly betray him simply because he refused to entertain the idea of a threesome? The nagging question haunted him, driving him to devise a plan. Unsure of how to proceed, he ultimately decided that action was better than passivity. Telling Emily he would be away on a business trip, a complete fabrication, he secretly took 2 weeks off work, rented a cheap apartment, and discreetly moved out. In an attempt to further his plan, Alex enlisted the help of an old friend, Mark, whom Emily had never met. Mark, reeling from his own heartbreak due to infidelity, reluctantly agreed to assist Alex. Together, they created a fake online profile using Mark's photos and fabricated personal details, presenting him as someone interested in new experiences, particularly with married women. This deception made Alex's blood boil, but deep down, he hoped that Emily would remain loyal, even in the face of temptation. For an entire week, Alex, posing as Mark, engaged in flirtatious conversations with Emily. She openly shared her hidden desires and frustrations, claiming that Alex wouldn't accommodate her cravings, which led her to seek fulfillment elsewhere. Some of her messages were so distressing that Alex had to turn off his phone just to escape the hurt. But he persisted, eager to see how far Emily would take this newfound excitement. Eventually, she suggested meeting up sooner rather than later, skipping the small talk and getting straight to the point. A date was arranged. Alex and Mark meticulously planned the meeting, ensuring every detail was covered. On the day of the rendezvous, Mark would pick Emily up and take her to the rented apartment, where Alex would be waiting. Since Emily believed Alex was out of town, there was little risk of her suspecting anything. A part of Alex felt justified, as if he were on a mission to expose Emily's potential betrayal. He envisioned a dramatic confrontation where Emily would enter the bedroom blindfolded, only for Mark to reveal Alex waiting for her, leading to heartfelt apologies and begging for forgiveness. On the arranged day, Alex and Mark reviewed their plan one last time. Alex remained in the apartment, pacing nervously, feeling as if he were caged. When Mark texted to say they were en route, Alex double-checked the apartment for any trace of himself and then concealed himself in a spare room, doing his best to remain quiet. Moments later, he heard Emily's playful voice, the same tone she used with him when flirtatious. His fists clenched in frustration as he fought the urge to confront her immediately. At last, Mark signaled that it was time for the reveal. As Emily stepped into the bedroom, wearing a dress that accentuated her curves and a blindfold, Alex's heart raced. Mark instructed her to remove the mask, unveiling the shocking sight of her husband on the bed, staring at her with cold disdain. Stammering, Emily asked, "What is this?" Alex replied with bitter laughter, "I think I should be asking you that." In a desperate attempt to deflect blame, Emily exclaimed, "This is your fault, Alex. If you had just gone along with what I wanted, none of this would have happened." Her cheeks flushed with a mix of shame and anger as she tried to suppress tears, refusing to acknowledge her own role in the situation. Alex didn't argue. He paid Mark for his involvement and thanked him for his help, ending their miserable collaboration. Turning to Emily, he coldly declared, "You're not welcome in our home. I'll pack your things and drop them off at your parents' house." Emily pleaded with him not to inform her parents, fearing their harsh judgment. However, Alex felt it was essential for her to confront the consequences of her actions, so he shared the entire painful truth with her parents. Their reaction was exactly what she had dreaded. Her mother practically ceased communication with her. Forced to stay with her parents, Emily faced a daily reminder of the chaos she had created. She spent her days reminiscing about the good times she shared with Alex, mourning the loss of their shared hobbies and sweet routines. Tears flowed freely as she realized she still loved him, but he had already cut ties, leaving her with no way to reach him. This situation serves as a poignant lesson. Marriage requires compromise. When one partner insists on a fantasy that clashes with the other's boundaries, it can lead to heartbreak. Emily's desire was too extreme and fundamentally opposed to Alex's values. In pursuing her fantasy, she lost the man she loved, leaving her to confront the emptiness of her choices each day.